Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Jet the Hawk? Bro, I legit don't even know how to start this video because this man, all I'm gonna say is that this man is a whole menace in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Have you heard the interactions that this man has had in this game? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this man needs to be locked up ASAP because if not, I don't know what type of devious things this man is gonna do, but let me just put a little example right here.
If it isn't the fourth wheel, let me guess, Sonic and the others ditched you again. Is that why I have to put up with you?
Hey there, do you like to race too?
Do I like to? Are you kidding me? Do you know who I am? What are you, his cheer squad? I'm the legendary Wind Rider, Toots, and I'll prove it on the track.
I mean, yeah, as you can see, Jet the Hawk, my man is a whole demon in the track. He's been roasting everybody like crazy, and I'm not gonna lie, he's probably one of the best characters in this game that has been written pretty well. And as you guys know, this man came out in Sonic Riders, like he was first presented to us in that game back in 2006, which many people do claim to say that Sonic Riders is the best Sonic racing games, especially considering the concept that it had. Hoverboards, that was probably one of the coolest things they could have introduced in a Sonic game. Now before I say anything else, and I know I've done like many videos like this where I keep saying the same thing, I am not a fan of the current Jet the Hawk voice actor, like the way how he sounds. No disrespect to the guy, like, you know, huge props to him because he's doing his job, but I just don't like the voice direction they gave Jet. But in terms of his writing and the way how he's, you know, saying these lines and the you know, pretty much the way how he's acting just brings out the best of Jet. And I feel like this Jet that we have right now is a lot better than the Jet that we had back then. Maybe I could be wrong, you guys can disagree, but I feel like this Jet actually sounds more cocky. My man has literally no respect for anyone and possibly is one of the most devious people in this game right now. So if we go back to 2006 when Sonic Riders was officially released, people do tend to say that the story of that game was probably the best out of the three because obviously it was a trilogy: Sonic Riders, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, and of course Sonic Free Riders. Now in Sonic Riders, the story was pretty decent, it was pretty good, you know, pretty basic stuff. You know, we were introduced to the Babylon Rogues, which, you know, we have Wave, Storm, and the homie Jet. And then we have Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, which people love the game as well, as, you know, the game mechanics were a little bit easier to learn, apparently. I mean, I still couldn't get the hang of it. I like it, but, you know, it's just my own opinion. But people love the gameplay aspect of that game more than the story. And then, of course, Sonic Free Riders, we don't talk about that game, bro.
You nasty ass bastard! You fucking nasty ass motherfucker! That's nasty, man!
But if we go back and see how Jet was represented in that game, yes, I mean, I personally love that era of, you know, the voice actors and all that type of stuff, but I gotta be honest, the whole Jet that we have now is a lot better compared to that Jet. And as we know, Jet is literally a cool character. He becomes Sonic's rival in the World Grand Prix, competing to win the Chaos Emeralds and unlock the legendary Babylonian Garden. He unfortunately loses to Sonic as well, and, you know, my man is, you know, he gets really upset, all that type of stuff. He then finds the treasure that this man was looking for, the magic carpet. I mean, hey bro, I don't know, man. When the story comes to a conclusion, Jet acknowledges Sonic and he's like, you know what, you're a good rival, I respect your speed, and he pretty much becomes an anti-hero, kind of like Shadow. I don't know why they would consider him an anti-hero, but at this point, it's whatever, man. My man's, I guess he's the Shadow number 2 in the whole series, I don't know. But coming back to Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I have to say that although this is a different voice actor, different voice direction that we had back then, he still is the same cocky person, you know, he's proud, all that type of stuff. He's, you know, the whole group leader of the Babylon Rogues, and he's pretty much a thief. Basic stuff. But he sounds a lot better here. And I'm sorry to disrespect all you Jason Griffith lovers, but I love Jason Griffith as well. Like, I prefer his voice of Jet, but you gotta be completely honest. This, I guess, voice actor brings out the best of Jet, like his true cocky side. Like, buddy, the roast that this man says to so many people, even his own teammates, like even his own group of little friends that he got, which is obviously Storm and Wave, he's still mean to them as well. But at this point, it's kind of like, wow, this guy is truly a menace in this game. Like, he brings out the best of his cocky side, and that's probably one of the best things they could have done with this character. My man has no respect for children. My man literally roasted Charmy B as well. He roasted Cream. My man is like, you know what? It don't matter the age. My words, my fists are rated E for everyone. So like at this point, it's kind of like, hey man, that's goated. Because if we compare this Jet to the old Jet, the Sonic Riders 2006 Jet, he kind of sounds a little bit more calmer compared to this Jet. Like this Jet, like the new one, this new voice direction, my man sounds more aggressive. Like he doesn't care. Like he's out there to do business, and he's just trying to race, bro. He does not care about you, bro. Like he does not care if you get hurt. He doesn't care if you get in his way. My man is just like, I'm getting first place. I'm about to prove to you that I'm truly a racer and nothing will stand in my way. That's literally this new Jet that we have. And big respect to the writing direction, to the voice actor. They literally, like I said before, they killed it with this Jet. And I really do hope that we get to see him in future games, maybe not necessarily as like a racing game, but perhaps maybe he can be part of like a whole main story, like an actual mainline game. And maybe he can even include his extreme gear. Might as well, right? Because that's his whole gimmick and his whole part, as he's the one that pretty much introduced Sonic to the extreme gears. And now Sonic was like, you know what? I can ride that too. Pause. What? I don't know.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
But yeah, man, in terms of Jet and his whole, character design, I love it. My man looks cool. Like, he literally delivers a whole coolness thing to him. But yeah, man, once again, I would like to see him in a whole game where maybe he might even be able to help Sonic do something. Maybe even retrieve, like, a Chaos Emerald from Eggman or something. We don't know, but it would be pretty dope to see him play a major role in a Sonic game again. That's just my take on it. Although I highly see this happening, as my man is literally known for racing, so it only makes sense for him to be part of a racing game. And who knows when the next racing game is going to take place in, a Sonic spin-off, because, we do have other games like the mobile ones, Sonic Forces, Speed Battle, Sonic Dash, where he can be playable there as well. But I mean, like a whole actual console PC type of game. That would be pretty cool to see him again in the tracks or do something else. Who knows, man? I might warm up to this voice actor or something, this voice direction that they're going with Jet. I mean, he sounds pretty devious. He sounds like a whole menace in the game. I gotta respect that. He sounds cocky like how he should be, and that's something that I respect in this game compared to the original Riders game. And no disrespect once again to Jason Griffith, because he was giving his best, like his all to Jet. It's a new character, makes sense. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, that was my take on Jet today. My man sounds really well. I feel like he's one of the redeemed characters here in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, because we haven't seen this man in a very, very long time, and I'm glad with what they did and the route that they're taking with Jet. I know he sounds like a scumbag, but that's pretty much who he is, man. He's trying to fit in. He's trying to be like the cool kids. My man is trying to be like, yeah, I'm part of with the big dogs, you feel me? So it only makes sense. But yeah, man, I gotta say, a lot of characters were redeemed in this game, and especially with the writing direction that they're going with, I feel like, great things might come in the future with Sega and their games. And, once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of what you guys think of Jet the Hawk. I'll catch you guys in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and peace.